Sebastian Rudy has done it. The German central midfielder gives us the lead. That is a beautiful finish from the wonder kid of this team, Nadia Memiri. Hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you episode number 2 of The Numbers Game, the new series here on this channel, the Ultimate Team Style Upgrade Career Mode series. It's a bit of a mouthful, but The Numbers Game for short, and you guys giving a ridiculous amount of support for episode number 1. It is now time for episode number 2, and we'll be starting the Bundesliga season today. But before we get into any of that, let's check out the rules of the series. So just as a quick refresher for you guys, the only way I can improve my team is by getting good match ratings with players. An inform card or a +1 upgrade is an 8.7 to a 9.1 match rating, and then obviously a 9.2 to 9.5 results in a +2 upgrade, and a 9.5 plus match rating for a certain player results in a +3 upgrade, a player in exactly the same position as the one who earned the upgrade. Growth is taken into account naturally, but training is banned, and upgrades can be accumulated. So here are the upgrades that we earned last episode. Nadia Memiri getting himself a orange lovely man of the match card, which means a +2 rating for him, and then Polanski getting an inform. That means we have to get an attacking mid that is 2 overall better than Memiri, and a central mid or a defensive mid that is 1 overall better than Polanski. We've then got to sell off Memiri and Polanski. They've been replaced, they've done their job, and we can improve the squad. I got a lot of suggestions from you guys, which I really do appreciate actually, because I wasn't expecting, to get many suggestions because it's literally based on a player having to be a certain overall, but you guys still giving me a ton to choose from. Attacking midfielder wise, we're looking at 2 players. Danny Ceballos, you saw on the screen there a moment ago, of Real Betis, and we're also looking at Mehmet Ekici as well of Trabzonspor. Now making a bid for some of the centre mids. These are the guys that are going to replace Polanski, so they're all 79 rated, and there appears to be a lot of 79 rated centre mids who are very good on this game. Mahmoud Dahoud is the first of the players from Borussia Mönchengladbach. We've also got Jean-Michel Seri of OGC Nice, again 79 overall, +1 from Polanski, and we're trying to use Polanski in the deal because we've got to sell him, so we might as well use him in this transfer. There's quite a few other centre mids as well that we're looking at. Vladimir Derrida is the first of which, of Hertha Berlin even. The Berlin-based side, Hertha Berlin is what I think I was going for. 25 years of age, very agile and very good with his ball control and dribbling. So Derrida certainly someone to look at. Quite an interesting one actually. Maybe more of a realistic signing in this series. The next one though is Johannes Geis. There's I think there's one more player after this. The Schalke defensive mid, 22 years of age, is the next player that we're looking at. Again, 79 rated for him. And the final player that we're going to check out is Julian Weigl of Borussia Dortmund, another player who was heavily suggested, much like Dahoud, and Guys was also suggested quite a lot as well. So we'll have to see how negotiations go. Money isn't too much of an issue. I'm going to make sure that it's not really an issue of the series, because the whole point of the series isn't to be, savvy with transfers. It's to get upgrades, and it's to go through teams, use a lot of players. So I'm going to make sure that money isn't too much of an issue in this series. Now there is time for the semi-finals of our pre-season tournament and the first game of today's episode against Cuban Krasnodar, and Nadia Memiri is the man to watch out for. Unsurprisingly, after getting that +2 upgrade, that man of the match card last episode, he is very much in good form. Sebastian Rudy there, one of the outstanding performers of last episode, going for a shot, but it's a comfortable save there for the goalkeeper. We're going forward again. Sebastian Rudy on the ball, the captain fantastic, finding Andre Kramrich. He's got a runner. It's Nadia Memiri if he can find him. This is literal insanity. We haven't even had a chance to replace Nadia Memiri yet, and he's already scoring again. Obviously, we've got to wait to, get transfer negotiations done before we can replace a player, and he could be on course for another upgrade in this game, having scored here against Cuban Krasnodar. And wow, Nadia Memiri, he will be replaced before the first game of the Bundesliga season, but he's still got a chance here to make an impact, and he's going for a shot again, and it breezes just wide. What a long shot that would have been from the German midfielder, and he's looking like a star of the early part of this series. It's a shame we won't be seeing him for much longer. Nevertheless, Krasnodar going forward. They've got a chance here with Wanderson, and with their first chance of the game, they have managed to put it away, and we've been punished for some pretty poor defending. I think it was Toljan getting caught out. I think it was the left back getting caught out, and it leads to a counter-attack. Wanderson with the strike just past Olivier Baumann, and it is a very good shot from him, and it is 1-1 into the 42nd minute. Kevin Vogt going for a chance there, sliding in, but unfortunately the angle is far too tight, and he hits the side netting. We're starting to dominate this game though into the second half. Amiri going with a shot, and it's a great save there from the Krasnodar goalkeeper. That was a point-blank save there at his near post. Great stuff from him. Kevin Vogt going forward again. He's having a good impact on this game as the young defensive mid. A chance there for Kramrich set up by him, but unfortunately we cannot convert it. It's a good save again, and now some good pace here as well from the Russian forward for Krasnodar, and a good save from Baumann at his near post. The goalkeeper certainly on top in the second half of the game, but the opposition starting to get back into this one, and a shot going just over the bar from Charles Kabore. Now though it is the end of the game in a pre-season tournament, that means only one thing: it is penalties. We're getting ready, we're psyching ourselves up because there's a massive psychological stress on a penalty shootout, and it is going to be Krasnodar who to take the first penalty. Mamayev puts it in the bottom corner. Baumann guesses the right way but can't get there. Now it's Demerbe off the bench, a wonderful penalty for him, basically perfect into the top left. Smolov now puts the goalkeeper the wrong way, and it's 2-1 to the opposition. Now it's Fabian Shah with the best penalty attribute in our squad. When he puts it wide of the post, it brushes the post, and we are now at a massive disadvantage. A cheeky chip in the next penalty from Krasnodar. Lucas Rock needs to score, but he hasn't. It's saved by the goalkeeper, and now it comes to this. Sinitsyn watches on from the sidelines. Kabore is the man to take this penalty. Baumann's tried to psych him out and put him off, but he has not succeeded in doing so, and Krasnodar have won the penalty shootout, and they are through to the final of the pre-season tournament, and it is a shame for us. And just to add insult to injury, no upgrades from that game either, despite that goal for Nadiem Amiri. We're going to try and find his replacement, because obviously he earned that upgrade last episode, so we need to try and get a replacement in, the first of which is Mehmet Akici. We had our first bid rejected for a lot of the players, actually. I think it was only Vladimir Derrida, who of course is potentially shaping up to be a replacement for Eugene Polanski, who actually we had a bid accepted for. So going in and having to make bids now for players yet again. Danny Ceballos here of Real Betis. Here confirmation though, the £8 million plus Eugene Polanski deal for Vladimir Derrida was accepted by his club Hertha Berlin. Now making some secondary bids for some of the other players, Julian Weigl, Johannes Geis, and also Mahmoud Dahoud. We've pulled out negotiation for Jean-Michael or Mikhail Seri of OGC Nice for now. We will do after this bid, because unfortunately they just asked for far too much. They asked for like £21 million, which, I mean, isn't too bad, but, you know, I mean, I'd rather get a German midfielder or German-based midfielder. First of all, you never know, if we get an upgrade with Rudy at some point, then we'll obviously need another 79 overall central midfielder, and maybe we can go in for Seri. But we're going to pull out of that for now, and it'll be a race between Weigl, Dahoud, Derrida, and then of course Guys as well. Confirmation now that a lot of the transfer offers are being accepted, especially for Akici and Ceballos, so they're still in the running. And when it comes to an attacking mid, Dortmund as well accepting our bid for Weigl, Mönchengladbach accepting our £18 million bid for Mahmoud Dahoud, and as you can see, confirmation of what I said earlier, OGC Nice rejecting our bid for Jean-Michel Seri. So we'll reject that for now, we'll drop off, but again, if we need him at some point in this series, we'll definitely think about getting him again when we've got a financial takeover off the EAS FC catalogue. And nevertheless, you can see in the background we're now making some contract offers for the attacking mids. First of all, Danny Ceballos and Mehmet Akici are of course going to come in and replace Nadiem Amiri, and we're also then making some contract bids for the central midfielders who are going to replace Polanski due to his upgrade last episode. Vladimir Derrida is the first. Obviously not collecting an upgrade in that first game of the episode, in that pre-season tournament game against Krasnodar. We'll be hoping to get an upgrade in our first Bundesliga game of the season, which I suppose is a controversial one in its very nature, because we're playing RB Leipzig, a team that is very much disliked in Germany through the nature of their rise through the divisions, I suppose is one way of putting it. So whether there'll be any sort of boycott from the Hoffenheim fans, I'm not entirely sure. We will be playing them in the first Bundesliga game of the season. You can see that all the contract offers have been accepted for the attacking midfielders, so now it's time to see which one we chose to buy.
It's 2016, not 007, like, I don't want to hear talk for a second. I'm literally living in hell, and I can't tell if I'm ever gonna see heaven. No, you can't step to it, I'll get it. They're free man up, but I'm not that threatened. I'm KP looks, I'm fucked, I might dead, I'm cool, but I flip out.
So it is Akici of Trabzonspor he's decided to go for. Despite being old, that doesn't really matter in this series, but he looks like a very fun player to use. 90 free kick accuracy, ridiculous long shots, curve and shot power. Now let's see what central midfielder we've gone for.
Told man that I move like Esco. Said you're a bad boy, cool, let's go. Guarantee if my boy then reload, nobody's gonna go home. When I turn grim and I drop that flow, don't know why my feet they're so cold. No rude boy.
So the other player that we bring in is Mahmoud Dahoud of Hoffenheim himself, and Mehmet Akici then being the players that we bring in. Dahoud really was brought in because he was suggested so often in the comments section, whereas Akici was someone that I really chose just because he looked like a very fun player to use. Dahoud also looks pretty decent as well, good dribbling as well, which is quite a good replacement I feel for Amiri. I feel like he's more of a replacement for Amiri in terms of style of play, whereas Akici is more of a replacement for Polanski maybe in style of play. But they're in opposite positions. You can see the players that were upgraded or that were here before, or who earned the upgrade, sorry, have now been sold. Polanski has gone to Hamburg for £5.6 million, and regrettably, we've got rid of Nadia Amiri. That's going to be one of the sort of the dynamics of the series, is that we are going to have to get rid of players that have done very well for us, but it's like any other Ultimate Team upgrade style series, except it's on career mode. You know, the players that play well, you get rid of, and then you improve on them until you've got a really good squad. So Nadia Amiri, he's done his job. He's done a really good job in making this squad better with his performances, and Dahoud and Akici will be coming in to replace him, and we'll hope they can do as good a job as he has. Time for the second game of the episode though, and we're facing RB Leipzig. One man we need to watch out for is Yusuf Poulsen. He's going to be very, very threatening in this game. Strong, pacey, good finishing. We need to keep him under wraps if we are to get a good result out of this game. You can see Dahoud and Akici are starting this one, and the main man, the captain, fantastic Sebastian Rudy, is in the side as well. Dahoud looking for an instant impact. Actually, he's found his fellow upgrade in Mehmet Akici, but he puts the ball wide, and that would have been a stunning start to proceedings for both of them. Dahoud would have got an assist, Akici would have got a goal. We're still going forward now in the 15th minute. Rupp there with a chance, the right midfielder, but the shot is pretty tame. He's won the ball back here though, and it's found Dahoud just into the 26th minute. Andre Kramrich with a shot, but it just flashes wide of Peter Gulaschi's goal in between the RB Leipzig sticks. Nevertheless, we are now going forward in the 29th minute. We're on the left-hand side. Sebastian Rudy's going to flash a ball into the middle. It's going to go past Mehmet Akici. He can't get there. Meanwhile, the RB Leipzig defenders are praying it doesn't end up at the feet of a Hoffenheim player.
Hadouken!
Unbelievable scenes. It's Mahmoud Dahoud on his debut who gets the goal for us in this game, and we are 1-0 up, but he has a serious chance of getting upgraded after his first game in the club. We take a 1-0 lead thanks to the debutant, but RB Leipzig are not lying down. Timo Werner with the chance, and Timo Werner with the goal. The ex-Stuttgart man has got himself on the score sheet, and it's an instant response from Leipzig into the bottom corner. Nothing Baumann can do. It's pretty poor defensively, unfortunately, for us to allow him that much space, but again, we're trying to get back into this instantly, and we might well do so. Orban brings down Kramrich, will dust himself down. It is him versus Peter Gulaschi in the RB Leipzig goal. The Hungarian is trying to put him off, the ex-Liverpool goalkeeper. It is him versus Kramrich from 9 yards. Can Kramrich convert and put us back in the lead? Yes, he can. Just about, although the goalkeeper probably should have kept it out, having got two very firm hands to it, but we take the lead back just 3 minutes after we lost it to RB Leipzig in the 37th minute of this game, and Kramrich gets his goal from the penalty spot. Into second half, Timo Werner going forward again, but it's a good block there from our defender, and we are just about hanging on. Leipzig though looking good after the break, and it's Werner again causing us all sort of issues. We profile Poulsen as the problem, but it's actually been Werner causing us all sorts of problems in this game so far. Lucky to get away with that one after it bounced off the post and then back onto Baumann. Again Werner with the chance, but Baumann is up to the task and makes the save. Forsberg can't get there, and we win the game just about. It's our first Bundesliga game of the season, and it is a win in our first competitive match, and you can see that on the ratings, Mahmoud Dahoud does in fact get an upgrade on his debut. Sebastian Rudy as well gets an 8.7, which means he gets an informed card as well. Confirmation here, you can see that both of them have got that lovely black and gold informed card. We can't upgrade Dahoud yet because he's only just signed for the club, so we'll have to accumulate, we'll have to store that upgrade until January, where we can swap him in for an 80 overall central midfielder. So Dahoud will be featuring until the January transfer window, but I will be replacing Sebastian Rudy, Mr. Captain Fantastic. He's done his job. He can now be upgraded to a 79 overall centre mid. All the players that we rejected earlier, the likes of Guy, Zweigel, Mikhail Seri, they're all back in the running. In the top right of the screen, you'll be able to see a poll that will take you to basically a vote where you can decide which 79 overall centre mid mid joins the club. It'll be between Derrida, Mikhail Seri, Guys, and Julian Weigl. And you can choose directly which centre mid I bring in for next episode to replace Sebastian Rudy. He's done his job, he's got an 8.7 rating, he's been upgraded, and he'll be leaving the team for a slightly better central midfielder. In the background, you can see the sort of confirmation of the upgrades that we've earned. Both of the slightly holding centre mids can be upgraded. Obviously, the ones that we've used for this episode have been refreshed, aka that +2 upgrade for the attacking mid no longer is there because we've already used it on Akichi. Nevertheless, I hope you've enjoyed this second episode of the Numbers Game, and if you have, then feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. It has been a pleasure though ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Nah, that's not me. Act like a waste man, that's not me. Sex in the yo, nah,